How's it going, you guys? It is Will here, and continuing with another new Godzilla toy review to celebrate my YouTube channel's 10-year anniversary. First, we looked at Godzilla 1991, and next, we're looking at Banpresto's Godzilla 2003. Yes, you guys, to celebrate me having this YouTube channel for 10 years, I wanted August to be all brand new Godzilla toy reviews. Here's our next one, Banpresto's Godzilla 2003. And with the Godzilla 2003, the Godzilla being my absolute favorite Godzilla suit. Every time I get a new figure of him, I'm always so happy. And I've been looking for these Banpresto Godzillas for a while now, okay? Let's just say that eBay has been real good to me lately. So yeah, these Banpresto Godzillas are super cool, and I believe that these figures, these Banpresto figures that you get in the box, I believe they were like prizes that you can win in like Japanese arcades, so that's pretty awesome. The fact that you can go to an arcade with a chance of winning a full-on Godzilla figure, that's just really awesome. Now Godzilla 2003, my absolute favorite Godzilla suit. I actually think I own the most figures of the Godzilla suit. I believe the Final Wars Godzilla is the second, but hey, my favorite Godzilla suit, I gotta have the most figures of it. So this is really awesome. I've wanted the Banpresto one for a while now, and the fact now that I finally have it, I'm super happy. And the fact I got it in the box too, that's even more awesome because the box looks really nice. We'll just look at it real quick. You know, these boxes are always so cool. They make for real good collectible pieces, so I'm real happy I got this one with the box. Awesome picture on the front of the figure. We got the suit in the back there, as well as a little picture of the Mech Godzilla right there that you can get from Banpresto or Kiryu. I like Kiryu. Let's call this Kiryu. The side right there, another picture. I guess this is how the two figures scale up with each other. The back, nothing special, just like a downward view of this, like a Japanese city in the street. Kind of like if the creature's like flying over it, that's what they would see. And just a picture of the suit right there. Really awesome box too. So happy I got this figure with the box. So before I forget, let's just go ahead and look at the articulation on this figure, because I always tend to forget articulation because I tend to ramble on a lot, and I always save articulation for the end, but let's do that right here in the beginning of the video. So Godzilla's articulation, it's pretty standard stuff right here. The arms can do the in and out, the kind of swiping motion. Godzilla's head is actually articulated, which I was not expecting. Legs can just do up and down like that. And tail is also articulated in the base as well as in the middle up here. So very similar to the Bandai figure. So yeah, guys, this is Banpresto, not Bandai. But the detail looks very similar to a Bandai figure, doesn't it? And I'm pretty sure that's because Banpresto was like a sub-company of Bandai. So they're all kind of like in the same family, Bandai and Banpresto. So that's why the detail looks very, very similar. But I gotta say, like, they did a really great job with this figure. Like I said, it looks like a Bandai figure. And it technically kind of is, because they're all in like that, all the companies are in like that same family. Now paint job wise in this figure is also really nicely done. I would actually say, is this superior to the Bandai? I would say some things are, like the way the coloration of Godzilla's scar is really nice. Like, it's not like the Bandai one where it's like super like reddish in color. It just has like a little bit faint kind of like reddish kind of purple color, and the rest of it's kind of like molded in with the same color as the body. That is more accurate to how Godzilla looked in Tokyo SOS, because Godzilla's scar was not totally healed. It was still there, but it wasn't like super like red. So this definitely looks more like the suit to me than the Bandai one does, which we will compare in a second. I just want to go ahead and give you guys a closer look at this figure. That is super awesome. That might be thumbnail worthy right there. Spines are really nicely done. They have that nice silver metallic color. Like, they did a real great job with the paint on this figure. It's very similar to the Bandai one, which we'll look at, and let's do that right now. Alright guys, so here we have the Banpresto Godzilla 2003 scaled up with his Bandai brother. As you can see, they look very similar. I mean, like, detail wise, they're pretty much almost identical, and technically they are because their companies are like in the same family. But obviously you can tell the difference in the sculpt, you know. Bandai's Godzilla is standing up straight, he's in like a neutral pose, whereas Banpresto, they gave the Godzilla a battle pose, which is really interesting. Because the Godzilla wasn't really known for being like fast or athletic, or muscular. He was a muscular, hulky Godzilla, but he wasn't like slim and fast like the Final Wars Godzilla. But the fact that they gave him a battle pose, that actually kind of like makes sense for the suit. Like, this looks like he's like marching forward, his body's slightly twisted, his arms are like in a position where he's getting ready to slash. So they gave it a battle pose that actually makes sense for the suit, and it looks pretty cool in my opinion. So I gotta give them that. The fact that they're able to find a battle pose for the Godzilla is pretty cool. Paint job wise, they're very identical. They have the same kind of color for the skin. I will say, like I said, the scar, The paint job is more accurate on the Banpresto because it looks like a scar that's like healed up, whereas Bandai's one is like fresh red. This looks like how Godzilla looked in the end of Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, where he's retreating back to the ocean and he has the fresh scar. This is what this looks like, whereas this looks like how it did in Tokyo SOS, where he still has the scar. It's kind of look like it's healing, but it's still there. That's what that looks like. So Banpresto definitely did a better job on the scar. But one thing I will say that Bandai did superior is the coloration on the eyes. Kirogoji had really distinct gold eyes. That's one of the reasons why I love the suit, and Bandai knocked it out of the park. Banpresto, his eyes are kind of like a yellowish kind of beige color. In certain light, they kind of look like a light kind of gold, but really it's kind of like a yellowish beige color, but still looks really good. Yeah, that's his comparison with the Bandai 2003 Godzilla. Now let's go ahead and get out one more. Now, before I go ahead and pull out a few more figures, I just want to say it's finally awesome to have a Godzilla 2003 from Tokyo SOS with an open mouth. I was never really happy with the fact that this Godzilla had a closed mouth, because Godzilla in Tokyo SOS, he was like a vengeful monster. Like, he always has like this snarl look on his face, you know? But here he has a closed mouth. I guess Bandai did that to kind of differentiate it from the 2002 Godzilla, which I also happen to have right here. Again, these guys are pretty much identical in size. I will say the Bandai figure is a little bit heftier. Like, it's a little bit more of a bulky figure, and it feels more like a heavier figure too than Banpresto. Banpresto's Godzilla is a lot more squishy too. But yeah, I was never really happy the fact that this guy had a closed mouth, but I feel like they did that to differentiate it from this one. But I just want to say it's real awesome now to have a 2003 Godzilla with the scar with an open mouth. Yeah, that's kind of the reasons why I've always preferred the 2002 Godzilla, just because I just love the head sculpt a little bit more. But this 2003 Godzilla, its head sculpt is very, very similar to Bandai's 2002. And that's not a bad thing at all. I actually really like that. But yeah, it's just to see how these guys scale up next to each other. This figure is essentially almost the exact same sculpt as the one we just looked at, just different head sculpt, as well as has a scar on the body. But yeah, this is a pretty awesome comparison. You know, I love the Kirogoji. You guys know this already. Like, any chance I can get a new Kirogoji figure, I'm all for it. Now, let's go ahead and bring out... We need to scale him up with a Kiryu, right? Now, I do have a 2003 Kiryu, but it's my drill arm Kiryu. As you guys know, he has the drill arm. Which, Kiryu did not have the drill arm when he had both his eyes intact. He had the blown out eye, but this is the only 2003 Kiryu that I have on me. So we're just going to use these guys to compare. And that looks pretty good, actually. You know, because Kiryu is slightly taller than Godzilla, which that's how it was in the movie. The Bandai Godzillas is like looking Kiryu like right in the face. So this actually looks like perfect in my opinion. Now there is a Banpresto Kiryu, which is actually more accurate because that Kiryu, the Banpresto one, has his regular arm, not the drill hand. So I do plan to get that Kiryu one day. I just haven't been able to find it yet, but maybe one day soon. But yeah, this looks really good in terms of scaling. Like, this is like perfect. Okay, do you guys want me to bring out the NECA Godzilla 2003? I don't want to, but I'll do it anyways because I feel like a lot of people do have these NECA Godzillas. So here is how it looks with that. Honestly, I don't think there's a comparison. Like I said, with Godzilla 91 and the NECA 89, I mean, as much as I appreciate what NECA has done, you know, releasing new Godzilla figures that fans could find easily and collect easily, I just think, compared to the Bandai one, I just think NECA is a little bit inferior. I mean, I appreciate like what NECA has done for the Godzilla community, but some of their Godzillas are really good, but some kind of missed the mark. And I feel like this one's the one that kind of misses the mark. It's probably just because I have all the other Bandai ones that I just feel like this one's, I don't really need it as much. So overall, you guys, I love this Banpresto Godzilla 2003. You know, any chance I can get a new Kirogoji figure, I'm all for it. Kirogoji, being that it's my absolute favorite Godzilla suit, like, I have the most figures of this particular Godzilla suit. Like, I have the two Bandais, I have the NECA, I have two Bandai electronic ones, I have some minis. Yeah, this is the Godzilla suit I have the most figures of, which makes sense because it's my absolute favorite Godzilla design. And I believe Godzilla 2004, Final Wars Godzilla, it comes in second. But yeah, Kirogoji, absolute favorite Godzilla suit, so I gotta have the most figures of him. And this Banpresto Godzilla 2003 definitely did not disappoint. I actually do think it is probably my second favorite Kirogoji figure that I own, only coming second to the amazing Bandai 2002 Godzilla. Seriously, this figure I think captures like the suit perfectly. The body shape, the face sculpt, This one just knocks it out of the park. But Banpresto definitely did a great job as well. I think it's better than the Bandai one in my opinion, just solely because of its sculpt and just the way the head is done. Having that open mouth really just makes this scream more Tokyo SOS Godzilla. But hey, Bandai, it's a great figure, but the fact that they gave it a closed mouth doesn't really scream Tokyo SOS to me. But like I said, they probably did that to differentiate it from the 2002 Godzilla. I did mention earlier, I do wish that the head was a little bit more downward in its sculpt, but if you have the figure on display, just like looking up at it like another monster like Kiryu, you can have him looking up at his opponent, and that kind of makes up for the sculpt. But other than that, you guys, it's a real great figure. If you can get your hands on any of these Banpresto Godzillas, you just want to have more 9-inch Godzillas in your collection, these Banpresto ones are great additions, you know? They look just as good as the Bandai ones, and that's to be expected because, hey, they're kind of the same company, right? So yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm having a lot of fun hunting down new Godzilla figures so I can go ahead and review them on the channel here for you guys. Thank you again for 10 years on YouTube, you guys. I'll continue doing it for as long as you guys keep watching. So yeah, guys, thank you again for 10 years. I'll see you in the next new Godzilla toy review.